bitch, you a bird, you thigh, you learn, you see, I earn, you stop. A word, I shoot, no rim, I'm high, you burn, I'm me, that's him, you nah, that's word.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, an exciting one today. Really no introduction needed for the GOAT, Brittney Palmer. Brittney, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You know, I've been a fan of the UFC since I was a little boy, so I've been a fan of you for a long time. So it's great to talk to you. And I guess my first question is, how's retirement been? Like, what have you been up to?
Busier than before I retired. I don't know if everyone was waiting at the gates for me to close this door because 15 more have opened, and I've been gone for a month. I haven't made it. I'm still not home. I'm in my house in LA, so it's been great. I'm doing all new things now.
I really should have said retirement in quotations because, yeah, you're very busy and we have a lot to talk about today in terms of your career. But before that, I do have a question as a UFC fan. With UFC 300, 299, all these big cards coming out, do you miss it at all? Do you ever get that itch like, maybe one more time?
I thought that I would. I'm probably still going to go to UFC 300 just because I want to be a part of it.
Right.
But I don't know. I think the first couple events, I was starting to get a little weird. I was like, I don't want to watch it. But I just watched the one in Mexico City, and I was snowboarding in Whistler with a big group of friends and family. And I kind of feel like, had I been at the Mexico City event, I wouldn't have been able to be in Whistler snowboarding. So then I was just like, oh, okay, like things are starting to click a little bit more. So I mean, yeah, I think in the beginning it's, you don't do something for so long, you still feel like you're a part of it. And then without it, you're like, who am I? But I'm still the same girl.
Are you like at the point yet? I know because I cover cards not every weekend, but often enough where I can, just relax on my couch and watch a card. It's like, oh, this is great. Are you at that point yet where you can just kind of enjoy being a fan?
Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed being a fan. So I think that now it's less pressure for me. And I think letting go of that pressure is an interesting part of the growth of retiring from it, of, looking, obviously I always want to look my best, but there's like a pressure of being there, being on time, working. And now I can actually enjoy it and not be so, bogged down with the traveling part of it.
And I mean, as we said, you're staying busy. The reason for this interview, well, one of the reasons at least, is your new project, your feature on the Mural, OnlyFans TV. So you were on with Roland Berry talking about a mural you did in Miami. It was beautiful, by the way. I just watched the episode. So I guess, like, how was that experience? Just tell fans what they can expect from watching that.
Well, this is my second mural with OnlyFans. Hopefully the second of many. I have so much fun working with them, painting their creators. And it's a new medium for me. I'm not necessarily used to painting murals. So I get to work with great artists like Roland Berry. And this one was different from the first project because Roland really took more of a hands-on approach. So he got to show me a lot of what I had never necessarily done before. And I think that that's important. It's like growing as an artist, never really staying the same, and being able to develop new skills.
And it's about a 15-minute episode, maybe 12 or something like that. So without spoiling the whole thing, I guess just describe the episode, the mural. What can fans expect if they want to watch it?
This one is very, very real. There's lots of twists and turns, and we had time constraints and weather constraints. It was humid and hot one day. It was freezing the last day. I'm like all bundled up. Like, if this wasn't, what I like about these OFTVs is because it's so real, and I could play this OFTV role and have hair and makeup and really like give a crap. And I do care, but when I'm painting, that's the last thing on my mind. So if you really want to see an authentic artist at work, not giving a care in the world about how she looks, what she sounds like, or what she's doing, like, watch this episode and watch the episode before, because it's really an organic, raw state of emotions of having all of these elements thrown at you. And I think that's important for me to see as myself on camera, and witness the process of painting a project like that.
Well, it's cool because it's a perspective most fans never got before, right? I've known you my whole life as this beautiful cage side octagon girl. And then I get to see you as an actual person, you know, getting messy with paint and having fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, like a real person would be. It personifies you. It puts me into your shoes. So like,
Yeah.
I think that was a great perspective and something that we can look forward to with more episodes. So will there be more episodes? I know you've already done 2.
Yeah. I think that there will be. It's really on OnlyFans what they want to do. I hope so. I think it depends on how long they have that wall. If they want another wall, I would love to bring OFTV on the road to create different walls all over. Maybe the next one in Vegas or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I think it would be cool to get, you know, like other athletes, other ring girls involved, like a lot
Yeah,
of
they have so
potential.
many. I mean, I've already pitched them some concepts. They kind of like to let this let this air out a little bit, and then when they're ready for a new one, hopefully they'll let me do it.
And then a lot of people also don't know you're such a great artist. They've never seen that side of you. I mean, if they follow you on Instagram or now OnlyFans, now they know. But I guess what got you into art? Like, because I've seen your work before, but I never knew you were this incredible at it.
Thank you. Well, I was a professional dancer growing up in Vegas, and I kind of was doing that Vegas showbiz type thing. And when I was 21, I was in a car accident, which kind of hindered me from dancing for about 3 months and really walking. So in that 3-month period, I started to do, my kind of art therapy, and I got really progressed really, really fast and fell in love with it and decided, at that time when I was starting able to get back to my normal everyday walking, dancing thing, that it wasn't really a passion of mine anymore, and art was the direction I wanted to go. So I moved to LA to go to art school.
And did you do any art like growing up before this, or at least take it seriously at all? Or was this like, you know, I'm just going to dive head first with this?
To be that cheesy girl, and you've heard us before, but I'm a Cancer. My sign is a Cancer. So I've always been really creative, and I had always naturally been good at art. But growing up in Vegas, there's not really an art culture there. I'm hoping to bring that there. That's why I opened a gallery there. But that's not necessarily a place where you're like, oh my God, I could totally be an artist. There's like artists all around me. There's no art schools. There's no,
Right.
so I didn't think that that was something I could pursue further. I just was naturally capable of doing creative things.
And tell us a little bit about your gallery in Vegas.
Kaleidoscope is my gallery and studio. I am actually gearing up to open the doors and having other artists come and paint there and have shows there and kind of help mentor them, guide them, use my platform to promote them, and really start creating an artist community in the arts district.
And then you have your own OnlyFans along with being on the Mural. And OnlyFans is, I think, finally now overcoming the stigma, you know, of kind of what it started as. And now it's really just a extremely diverse content hub. So I guess what can fans expect on your OnlyFans behind the scenes?
Well, I like to have a little bit more freedom to post what I want to post when I want to post it. It's very much what Instagram won't let you post anymore without
Right.
getting you flagged. And I don't do necessarily. I use my Instagram and my Facebook platforms to promote the work that I have coming up, the collaborations that I have dropping, and my OnlyFans is like a personal development page where I can communicate with fans. I can post what I want, and I'm not going to get flagged because I'm in a tiny little outfit. It's like, what does it matter? But yeah.
Yeah, I know
And
you've been
art
in.
stuff. And art stuff. I do lives from my art studio. I was gonna do like a painting thing, but I don't know if anyone's like interested in that. I think they just want to probably watch me paint rather than me doing a tutorial.
Well, like a little Bob Ross action.
Maybe.
I would be into that. I'm just saying. I think tons of people would be into that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, give it a go. And then you said the fans is a new unique perspective of this because, you know, Instagram, you get 3,000 messages from fans and more than half of them are idiots being idiots and you got requests and all that. So I guess OnlyFans has been good to actually bring you closer to fans in a more like personalized manner, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, because not to sound whatever, but on Instagram, it's free for someone to just they can spread love or hate or whatever, which is fine, but having that communication. But on OnlyFans, like you subscribe to someone because you genuinely are a fan of theirs, and then you purchase their content or you talk in, the messages, and you're paying to have a conversation. And it's, it kind of gives it this even trade, right? Like time is money, and I'll spend my time on these things, but I have to be compensated in a way to where I can carve it out as a part of my job. And I think that that's fair. And it's something really interesting to point out. And that's why I have so much respect and appreciation for OnlyFans. And I don't think that any platform could ever really do what they've done, because they were the first, just like UFC, right? It's like they were the first at something that created this really beautiful exchange of energy to me give you something, you give me something, and then we all have what we want. Everyone wins.
So OnlyFans is, I guess, essentially, is it becoming almost your main outlet for content, or at least your favorite?
Oh, well, it's absolutely my favorite outlet for content. Probably everyone's favorite outlet for content. Whatever you subscribe to on my channel, that's probably their favorite.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. You got to go get the juicy content over on Brittney Palmer's OnlyFans. And I guess, do you have any big plans, interesting plans, whether it be collaboration efforts or anything like that for the future that fans can look forward to?
Oh my gosh.
A lot.
Well, I have an Ethica drop. I just dropped the mushroom and crystal underwears for men and women on ethica.com. Go check those out. Those are limited. That is my second collaboration with Ethica. I have something big brewing with UFC for International Fight Week, so that is exciting. And not to say any specifics, but I have my acting coach is going to be here in 1 hour. So that's the direction it looks like I'm going, or I'm in, I guess.
Without saying too much, movie, TV, okay, fine.
Both?
Both. Okay. Now we're talking, getting me excited over here. And Brittney, this is just a fun, playful question, not meant to be taken too seriously, unless you want it to be. Could we ever see a one-time, monumental UFC 300 type of card where Brittney Palmer comes back and does one more walk?
I know. I've been asked that. I wouldn't be, honestly, it would be so sick if Ariana and I both just did one more.
It'd be cool.
But I don't know. Maybe. I think it would be super lame if I did it now, though. You gotta wait. All just kidding. I'm back at UFC 300, so I kind of want to go and be a spectator a little bit. And I don't know. Maybe remember how Holly Madison used to come in? She did one every whatever. Maybe I'll do that.
Something like that. Just but you can't do it yet. You gotta
give it some time. Yeah.
It'll be worth it though. And then my last question before I hand the mic to you. Do you have a favorite moment or card or anything from any UFC WEC event that really stands out to you?
Yeah. I have a lot of them. After 16 years, it's kind of, there was a moment when we had our first UFC at the big stadium in Toronto, which was really cool because you heard that crowd just roar. But I think selfishly, when I did the collaboration with Reebok and even when I painted Connor shirts, honestly, anytime that I've been on stage when UFC has been wearing my shirts, it's been just a really iconic moment. And honestly, the last one I worked, I think that was so cool. The way I retired, how it all just lined up perfectly at the end of the year. That feeling of I looked around before I walked the last round of the last fight, and UFC wanted me to come and, they came before and they're like, we need you to walk this round or the first round of the last fight, because we're going to put the cameras on you and do the thing. And I kind of looked around and was just okay. I felt everything and nothing at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. I felt like I was ready and I felt like it was it, but I felt so grateful for it. So, yeah, three big moments: doing the shirts, and then that, and then the big Toronto fight was cool.
And I'm sure a million others in between. What an awesome,
so many.
Yeah, awesome sport, awesome career. I'm sure it was nothing but a blessing. And Brittney, before I get you out of here, so many fans around the world, so many people tuning into OFTV, and you're OnlyFans, and people watching this interview too. So that being said, anything you want to say to everybody? If so, the mic is yours.
Thank you all so much for your love and support. Stay tuned. I have so much cool stuff that I didn't even know that I wanted to do coming at me, and I'm going to work my ass off to make sure I do a good job.
Well, Brittney, thank you for the time. And ladies and gentlemen, I will plug all of Brittney's information for social medias, OnlyFans TV, you name it, it'll all be below. So go check it out. But again, the GOAT, Brittney
Thank you
Palmer.
so much.